Hey everyone, it's Kat from Wondering Soup, and today I'm going to show you the top 10, count them 10, apps that you need to have on your cell phone before you depart the U.S. for whatever beautiful, wondrous country that you're going to be in. Now, you're probably going 10, that's a lot, but yeah, there's 10. There's possibly more, but these are 10 that I use extensively, if not every day, at least once or twice a week. And the ones that I can also verify actually do work, and they are there for you on your traveling journey. So again, let's get into these 10 apps that you need to have on your cell phone before you move abroad. If you have your phone up and ready, let's get ready to download them. Google Play Store or the Apple iStore are going to be your friends for the next 10 to 15 minutes or so. Let's get into it. These are the 10 that we've used extensively and that I can give you the best review of. And I'm going to be using my phone to actually show you the apps, because you actually have to go to the Google Play Store to get all of these apps. So let's do it. All right, so first up, well, actually, let me sort of explain to you my thought process, if you will. I was going to start out with how do you start, plan of action, if you will, and then activate. But realistically, all of these are plan of action and then activate. So with that being said, the first one that I think you need is WhatsApp. And I say WhatsApp because that's going to be your primary point of communication with friends and family, not only back at home, but the new friends and family that you meet as well. So you want to have WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a free app. It's available in the Play Store. I believe it's owned by Facebook. All you have to do is sign up for an account with an existing phone number. The phone number has to be valid, has to be active. Add all your friends and contacts to it. Let them know that they need to add a WhatsApp app to their phone as well, so that again you can make calls, you can text, you can even FaceTime with anyone, and it's absolutely free. The only criteria for WhatsApp is that you need internet access, which you should have. You're going to have Wi-Fi almost everywhere in Southeast Asia, at restaurants, at your home, in the mall. There's even green spaces where there's Wi-Fi signals. So that won't be a problem. And of course, once you get abroad, you need to get active service on your phone line as well. And then again, you can call, speak, text on WhatsApp. It's a great app. As you can see, I am an extensive WhatsApp user. I've been actually a WhatsApp user for probably 4 or 5 years. So before we even moved abroad, I used it as a primary source of texting, if nothing else. I speak to my mom every day via WhatsApp. We send videos. We FaceTime if we need to. You can do all of that. Again, WhatsApp is the primary app that you need to download today if you don't have it. Next up is going to be your banking app. I bank with USAA. Whatever bank you use, just make sure that it's active, that you've accessed it, that if there's any security protocols that you need to meet, you need to do it before you get on the plane. You also need to let your bank know that you will be traveling, so that they see any transactions while you're overseas, they won't flag it and shut your account down, which they will do. And a lot of times once they close the card out, it's going to be really, really, really hard to get that card back. So again, make sure you take care of that. Next up, after that, it's going to be Airbnb. You should always get your Airbnb app up and ready. So your Airbnb app is important because when you move to a new location, a new home, new city, whatever, it's even in the States, you don't want to sign a lease or rent a home sight unseen. So what you want to do is familiarize yourself with Airbnb so that you can rent a home for a day, a week, a month. We lean toward a month just to get ourselves used to the area, to make sure that this is maybe where we want to stay. And when I say maybe, I mean the neighborhood itself. So always try to get an Airbnb in the neighborhood that you think you want to move into. There's always research available on the internet regarding different neighborhoods in every city. So find one that you think you may like based off what you like today, and then get an Airbnb in that area if you can. Ask the owner what's the actual address, what's the neighborhood like, things of that nature. We haven't had any problems with Airbnb. Obviously, you see the connection inbox that I have, the people that we've stayed with. I have some saved favorites. I have my trips where I've booked things, and of course my profile. So everything is active and good to go. Airbnb will shut you down sometimes too. So make sure that your everything on your Airbnb app is good. Your credit card information, if you have that on there, your phone number that you're using, your email address, make sure everything's good to go. Okay, and then next up is going to be the currency app. Now, if you notice, there's a trend here. We got communication, we got your money, we got where you're going to stay. Well, you need to know how to convert all of that. I use the Easy Currency app. I've used this probably for about 8 to 9 years. I love it. It's easy, it self-updates, it works on Wi-Fi or internet or without. That's always a plus, because I may be in a market somewhere and I need to figure out whatever this is to dollars to make sure it's what I want to spend, if it's worth it, if it's not. And also so that I don't overspend, because I have a tendency, after a while it looks like Monopoly money and you just let it go. So don't do that. Get you a good currency app. Find one that works for you. The one thing I do like about the Easy Currency app is you can always add new countries. You can do USD to VND, which is Vietnamese dong, or the vice versa. I tend to do it that way because it's easier. But again, you can add a different country. It's very easy. There's up to 200. And you can open it up and there's even more. And they have a couple of ads, but I actually don't run too many ads with it, so it doesn't really bother me. And you just pick it, hit save changes, and that new country has been added. So you're good to go in that regard. Next up is going to be Google Translate. So for Google Translate, you're going to use this app for a lot of things. Mainly what I use it for is to convert a menu, a piece of paper that I need to read, a document. There's different ways of going about doing it. I do Vietnamese to English because I'm in Vietnam right now. You can do English to Vietnamese, if whatever, but you can change the language. It's a simple drop down menu. So just make sure that that's good to go for you. Again, I use Google Translate probably every day. And one of the things I really like about Google Translate is that if you take a picture of something, you can actually import it. And once you import it, let's do one I just did. You import it, and it goes to my recent pictures that I took. Takes a few seconds. And because we ordered pho today, it just tells me what we did, so I can make sure that this is what I wanted. Beef ball noodle soup, right? Because I like pig, but I just don't know if I want it in my pho today. So, and that's what I do. So I like that. If you see up here at the top, it tells you what the drink is, and then it'll bring it down like that too. So after Google Translate, there's also Google Keyboard. The reason why I like this keyboard is because it will translate for you. If I type in English, it will translate it to whatever language I needed to translate it to. If I'm sending someone a message who doesn't speak the language that I speak. So this works, and I'm actually downloading this for when we move to Mexico. If you notice, I have English and Spanish on here. And again, it's a Google keyboard. Feel free to get that as well, and you can do any language if you want to. Next up is Google Maps. And you're probably thinking, why would I need Google Maps? I'm gonna have other things that Google Maps works. I open up Google Maps if I'm trying to figure out how far away something is. Like say I'm looking up a restaurant, because I'm always looking up food, and I want to see if I should walk to it or if I want to order it, have it delivered. Or if there is something that I want to see and I just want to see how far away it is, verify, or if I'm walking somewhere and I'm trying to get to the next location and I'm just not finding it. Someone may have said turn here, turn there, and there it is, and I'm just not finding it. Google Maps will let you walk the street and it will tell you which way to turn, how far away you are, how many minutes it should take. And it's accurate about, I would say, 80% of the time. I think it underestimates walking time, so just add a few more minutes to it, unless it's really right around the corner. But hey, it's a great app to have. Next up is the apps that you're going to need to watch TV with. And I know you're going to watch TV. Yes, watch TV. Because most TVs that you encounter, especially if you're renting a furnished home, may be smart TVs. Maybe not. What I recommend you do is you buy a Fire Stick. We haven't been able to find any Fire Sticks here abroad, but we brought 2 or 3 with us, so we just plug them into the TV. They have our account information on there. We don't have any issues. Again, a lot of places will have a smart TV, and they will have Netflix available or Amazon, so you can just Netflix 90% of the time, so you can just log in with your account, but you definitely need to get a Netflix account. I recommend the Amazon account as well. They also have YouTube TV, which I think is mainly for the US, but hey, if you can get it before you leave, you might like it as well. But I recommend a Fire Stick, and if not a Fire Stick, definitely make sure that you sign up for a Netflix and an Amazon account that's US based. And reason for that is that a lot of the Netflix overseas is foreign based. So wherever country you're at, most of the recommends are going to be in that language. It's going to be things you've never seen before. And there's nothing wrong with that. I even recommend, if you're bored, turning off your Netflix and turning on theirs and seeing what's out there. We found some great movies that way. And next up is transportation and food. What I like to recommend is Grab. If you're going to be in Southeast Asia, this is going to be the primary app that you're going to use for not only transportation, like a car. You're going to need a ride to get anywhere. They can also do a bike to get anywhere as well. Instead of a car, if it's only you and it's only one person, you jump on the back of a bike and you can ride out. And there's also a video that I have where I've broken down how to use the Grab app, so you won't have any problems with that, and I'll link that below. And with Grab, you do the car, the bike, and there's also food, which is what we use it for as well. So again, we have a breakdown video of everything and how to use the Grab app. And again, it's going to be linked below. Before I get off of Grab, there's different apps for different countries. If you've noticed, I have Rappi here, and that is for South America. So you may need it if you're going in that area. There's other apps for different countries. So just make sure that you find the app that works for that country. It could be Grab, it could be Rappi, it could be Uber, whatever one works. I also have Corner Shop, and that's for our next destination as well. And then last but not least is ExpressVPN, or VPN in general. You need a VPN. Before you leave the States, you should have a VPN downloaded not only on your cell phone, but for your laptops. Anything where you're going to be accessing the internet on and there may be security issues, you need a VPN for. I use ExpressVPN. I have used Nord. Both of them are fantastic, and I recommend either one. Go with one for now, and one may work better in wherever you're going, so you may have to switch out to one or the other. But again, both are excellent. Everything that I've talked about is available in the Play Store. You can get it there, download everything you need in the Play Store. And of course, everybody knows the Play Store is free. And this is if you have an Android phone. If you have an Apple, you can find all of these apps or some variation in the Apple Store. You should be good to go. Again, this is great. This is what you need. The top 10 apps if you are moving abroad. So we've went over the top 10 apps that you need to have as you're preparing to move overseas. Whatever area you're going to be in, those apps should work for you, or some variation of those apps. Just make sure that you have them, that you're familiar with them, that you've touched them, and definitely make sure that all your friends and family are on WhatsApp. You're going to need that. You're going to want that communication, ease of communication as it is. So that's definitely the first app that you must have. If you don't have any of the rest, you got to get WhatsApp. Let me know what you think, which apps you like, which ones you would recommend down below. And we'll see you on the next video. I'm Kat, and this is Wandering Sue, Black Lesbian Expat. See you next week.